Recommender systems have an interesting application in modeling living ecosystems. If we have observations of animals over a geographical space and we have quantitative characteristics of the environment, we can fit models to model the probability of occurrence as a function of those characteristics. This normally would correspond to content-based recommender systems. Collaborative filtering approaches can also be applied in these settings. This has not been applied yet, but if we consider places as users and animals as items, then we can build recommender systems approaches for effectively recommending animals for places. This type of data come with interesting challenges, including uncertainties of absences and implicit feedback. Implicit feedback means that we don't know relative abundances. We don't know how many of which kind of animals or organisms are there, just their presences of absences. Relative abundances would correspond to having explicit rating in the number of stars. Collaborative filtering approaches to living or past ecosystems can be used then in a number of cases for different scientific and conservation type of analysis. One could analyze the structure and stability of communities. One could track structural changes of ecosystems over time, including over very long times, like millions of years. One could use that to estimate relative abundances, and one can also use that for data curation. Now, the paper that I submitted to the workshop is about performance criteria. And in addition to standard accuracy criteria, we use ecosystem level criteria, and we use biological constraints to make these predictions biologically meaningful, because the important part with this application is, of course, that the output is biologically meaningful. So one of the criteria is to identify true positives and true negatives in time. For instance, what is extinct should not come up in recommendations. And there are criteria that describe ecosystems as a whole. For example, it can be the carrying capacity of the environment, how many animals in total the environment can accommodate. These criteria so far are not explicit part of the model optimization, but they can be. For now, we are using them as evaluation criteria. And more information is, of course, available in the paper. And I'd be very happy to discuss this. If you're interested, get in touch either by email or other channels. Thank you.